Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. It's almost 2 p.m. You probably feel a little bit sleepy after the lunch, but what I'm going to share with you can be quite exciting to you. In the morning, you've heard many solutions related to the technology or the tech companies. I'm going to talk about how are we going to apply those technologies in our business. My speech composed 4 parts. First, the policy background, the politics. Second, the market status. Third, the scenario application. Lastly, I'm going to talk about our case. First of all, on the policy level, on the 5th plenary session of the 19th Central Committee of CPC, the government published the guidelines for the Internet and its development. On it, it talks about how can we realize the comprehensive. Please bear with me for a few seconds. Okay, I'm gonna start again. One of the key points, the message they deliver is in the 14th five-year plan, they want to realize the digital strategy for the cultural industry. So the digital application is crucial. So in the morning, you've seen so many companies, and in the afternoon, there are many other companies of these two forums. And all those things are related to the digitalized strategy of the cultural industries. Second, I want to talk about the spirit mentioned by the guideline. So on November 18th, 2020, the State Council defined the measures of Internet plus tourism. We were in Shanxi province, so the minister received the feedback from us and hand report over to the Premier. And Premier also mentioned several measures they are going to emphasizing on, including first the audio guide, the e-map. So those are some common practice nowadays. And also there are other actions like the digitalization of the marketing measures, the development of the infrastructure. And lastly, the cloud travel. One opinion mentioned by them is so on November 30th, the cultural and tourism industry published the opinion of the deepening of Internet plus tourism and its high-quality development. So in the coming years, it will be the deep integration of the Internet plus tourism. So it will be represented by the technology of Internet and also many scenic spots at a provincial level or even higher level will realize the intelligent transformation. Many companies come to us for this because that's what our business is. We have many cooperation with other businesses. We also established an organization for this work. So the guidelines said, so on top of the 5G technology, big data, cloud computing, IoT, AI, VR, enhanced AR, VR, and so on. So those technologies are going to be popularized in the future. So 2022 is the starting year, but 2023 is going to be the most important year for this industry. So I will urge you to accelerate your steps because for the next year, it's going to be your year for monetization. For the cultural tourism market, there are some pain points. First of all, the visitors don't want to visit because of bad user experience. So due to the pandemic, you can find many commercial scenic spots realized 30 to 50% of the traffic because of their singular product. So many youngsters don't want to climb the mountain. They want to visit the water side or the seaside. They don't visit mountains. That's why the scenic spots with the mountains experience a traffic drop. Second, they have a very singular income mix. They don't have any other provision to the visitors. So what if it's raining? People probably don't want to come. Another pain point is there are a lot of this is a labor-intensive business with low operating efficiency. So for the first predicament, the visitors don't want to visit. So how can we find a solution for this one? We need to realize the product supply side reform. So there should be a shift from the sightseeing product to the experimental-based and leisure-based product. So it can be the technology-based. For example, mobile phone, it can compensate your business consumption forms. Second one is when people come, they don't want to consume because so you only have very singular income mix structure. So the solution is to shift from the singular ticket economy to the complex economy. For example, if you visit Disneyland in Tokyo, what you are visiting is not just visiting different places in the Disneyland. They are experiencing technology. For example, the Universal in Beijing, which was newly opened. Many people go there not just for the beautiful sceneries. They are going there for the technology experience. So many resorts or parks, they are shifting into the smart direction because it can bring you more diversified income resources. And the last problem is this is an labor-intensive industry. So we need to shift from this to the intelligence-intensive organization. So many companies are focusing on this and transform themselves. And in 2018, we started to prepare for this. In 2019, we established this smart cultural tourism industry. We find many partners and companies. We established this industrial alliance. We promote the latest technology in the resorts or the scenic spots for the purpose of secondary income source. In the morning, the Sense Time made a speech. They are our partner. Ali is our partner as well, and Tencent as well. So we have been cooperating with the market leaders, the algorithm leaders, and many other players. There are the diversified applications of these products. And you can see those products on the slide are actually adopted in the reality, which help generate many revenue. So talking about this cultural tourism, there is a closed loop of this ecosystem. So many tech companies come up with solutions in the morning, and the total solution package should be a package of different frontier technologies. It needs to integrate different capabilities of technology companies. Some are good at 5G, some are AR, VR, or AI or IoT. And when you integrate all those technologies into one, then you can provide a good solution to your client. Now I'd like to talk about the scenario application. So the application of metaverse is more related online. So I like to talk about the telecommunications. We have experienced 4 times of revolution in human history. The first time is the words, the text. Second, the printing technology. Because of the printing technology, we can spread the words to distant places. The third one is the mass media, can be newspaper, TV, broadcasting system. You can spread the information, the message faster and quicker. And the last one is the internet civilization. So by using the internet, we can spread the words and the message to a greater number of population. So that's the four revolutions we have experienced. And in talking of the telecommunication reform, we also experience four revolution. At the very beginning, we start with reading, so you read the newspaper, and later we read the pictures, images, so there is a combination of text and images, so that's the magazine. And the third is the video era, including the short videos, the video streaming, so that belongs to the third generation. And the next thing is the metaverse, because it has a bigger space and unlimited boundary. So it creates the fourth space for us to explore. So that's the four stages for us to experience in the past. In terms of the means, I think this is kind of like a folding of the time and space. So the thing looks so closer to you. For example, you are using the VR goggles. It's only 10 centimeters away from you, but you can enter into a different world at a very low cost. So as long as you can afford the 5G network, you can see or view any scenarios. And the device is also very cheap. For example, as early we have the box for kind of a device, which only cost 10 RMB. So because today we're talking about the VR, many are in the VR industry. The fourth barrier for the VR companies, the four barriers: time latency, and the resolution, and the 240 hertz speeds. That's a problem. And also the FOV, the 210 degrees. So those are the four problems the VR companies are facing with. You can approach them unlimitedly, but if you can make breakthrough, then it's no longer the VR. It can be folded. There will be a folding of the time and space. There will be a new era. Talking of the scenario, we are it's becoming more vivid and 3D. So from the previous flatness, so you have the AI, big data VR, AR, cloud computing, IoT. So 5G is critical to the time development, no matter for the metaverse or other technologies or concept. If there is no 5G, it's not possible to realize metaverse. So I think we are talking about metaverse here because we are enjoying or beginning to enjoy the benefits of 5G. You can see there are many rooms composed of all kinds of VR technologies. That's a very preliminary development. So that's a preliminary scenario. But after that, we realize some sort of upgrade. If you can visit some agricultural village, they have this ball-shaped screen. It has a better performance, viewability. So those are the things we are trying in different resorts. And it gave us a very good output. And also in some galleries or museums, you can use the VR to combine the real and the virtual. So you are seeing two different scenarios, the real and the virtual, with the 3D, 8K, or 14K resolution. You experience the new scenarios, which is very different from what we experienced in the aquarium in the past, because it can be layered with many different things. And also we have many updated version of helmets or goggles. I remember many years ago I bought the first VR device. It makes me feel so dizzy every time I use it. But now there are many lightweighted, high-resoluted devices with stylish appearance. So with this iteration of products and innovation, it helped the industry develop. So one is the 5G's improvement, second, the improvement of the hardware or devices. Third, so this is a VR small program. There are 360 panoramic view, and therefore you can realize the cloud travel or online travel. So that's also mentioned by the 14th five-year planning and guideline to realize the cloud travel. In the past, we used the device to realize the VR, but now we can even use a mobile phone to realize the VR. So this is the returns or the earnings with these devices. This is a project in Changbaishan, so that's the 40 plus VR. It has a good traffic, 2 million people per year, and the unit price and the operation hours, we can estimate the operating income of this place. So I believe with this revenue, this traffic, it can cover those technology investment. That's why many scenic spots are investing a lot on technology. But also you've seen some problem, some scenic spots buying your technology and pay all the cost for that, but because they have a lot of financial power. But for some other scenic spots, they are not buying directly. We established kind of like a financing company. We deliver the financing services to the scenic spots by providing you with the equipment and technology and help you to reap the returns from the improvement. So we integrate different platforms and provide solutions to clients. I also welcome you to join us to cooperate with us. And this is something we are going to adopt in Anhui province. So this is the spacecraft model. So we have the 360-degree panorama, 720 degrees of helmet. So this is a simulated project. You can experience with this project. Every time, 4 to 6 people can get the experience at the same time. With very good experience. And some other projects to walk you through. We have some large-scale VR interaction projects, which can be profitable because they help you to monetize easily, because it can be a scenario. So this is the VR Dark Ride project, and this is the VR Coaster project. And this is the VR shooting game. And this large-scale VR flying theater, probably already experienced this one. The new type of flying theater is very different from the naked eye flying theater because it has some 9D experience. And also there are the VR XD theater. So some companies have been engaging on this direction. And now the full industrial chain is all about VR plus N. That's multi-technology, multi-scenario, multi-theme integration and application. So many industries and sectors are using this one. So the boundary is very big. You're not just focusing on one point. In Nanjing Liuhe district, they spend 30 million for a party development gallery or museum. That's the most advanced party gallery in China. I welcome you to have a visit. You can know better about CPC, party in China. Of course, you have lost the first round of opportunities. What you can engage in the future is merely about the improvement of these technologies. And it can also be adopted in sports. For example, Feng Yuzhuo is engaging in this, and esports is one direction. And museum, the cultural tourism department ministry emphasized that we need to realize the digitalization of many relics and museum collections. And also, it can be applied in emergency scenario and live streaming. Lastly, I'd like to share with you our understanding regarding the traps of the tourism plus technology. So many people saying this is a very emergent industry with high value scenario, and they think technology enables them with big opportunities, and they are the ICT plus O and also intensification of some sort of technology. And so those are the advantages, but the problems are many customers will not pay the fees for the technology unless you provide a good experience to them. So when you are engaging on this direction, you need to think about whether they are required by the customers. Second, there is a big gap between the awareness and the requirement due to the information asymmetries. So, for example, technology believes you need to realize this, but clients may want something else. Or clients want this, but technology said they couldn't realize that. So there are the big gaps. And also 80% of the tourism companies are not profitable. So there is underinvestment of the technology related to this. We also lack some technology standards. So this is the Asia Forum, but even if it's on the international platform, technology is essential. If there is no standards for the metaverse, it's not possible to realize the consistency, and the industry cannot go far and long. So overseas, many people are talking about the blockchain plus metaverse. Once the standards are formulated, the values can be realized. I found many people are working on this sort of direction but they are not successful because there are no standards. So 5G accelerates this era's coming. Second, we need to fully understand clients' requirements. Third, the integration of technology and IP and operation is very important. So you need the technology, the IP, and of course, one of the most important thing is operation. Also, it should be internet plus instead of minus. So Lumama is doing this for a long time. We are doing very good, smoothly. Those are our benefits and advantages. And we have a large client pool. We have our website. We have our own brands and different services. We have also received many rewards. We have created many projects related to different provinces and tourism. And talking about the Shanghai tourism, we've done something. We've done something. We integrated the 5G, VR, AR, and you can use it. You can visit this platform and have a look at the Bond, the Oriental Pearl, and other landmark in Shanghai. So we're also live streaming the Bond every day. You can see the boats on the Huangpu River. So on this platform, you can fully understand what Shanghai looks like. We are also working on the overseas version, so the English version of the tourism. This is another case. We work for the Wenchang city in Hainan province. So this is a VR promotion video for that place. And the case 3 is this is a combination of VR online and offline with the hot blues. and you can see the uploads in offline and online. Lastly, I want to talk about our development progress. So, what is Metaverse? Metaverse is expanding your boundaries. Originally, our boundaries on 2D level and 3D is another level. But in the metaverse, our boundaries are unlimited. So with unlimited space and boundaries, there are unlimited capacity. So many tech companies, many content can realize their capacity, monetization, and in the metaverse, capabilities can also be tapped unlimitedly. You can realize your capabilities in a different world. You can also realize your satisfaction, and probably you can also realize your digital twin in the metaverse, something you cannot realize in the real life, but in another world. So that's why so many investors are investing in this direction, because metaverse is creating a new world that has no boundaries. And in our real life, the Earth is limited. You only have this limited land, but in metaverse, you can continue to expand unlimitedly. Lastly, I want to talk about, to be frank with you, algorithm and ways of play. That's the essence of metaverse. So you need to have good algorithm and a more diversified approach you can play with the metaverse, then it means you are most able to be successful. In the future, it probably will not be named as metaverse, can be other verse. As long as you can fully understand how to play with it. And the last 1 minute I want to share with you, I have made a lot of achievements in the automobile industry. If you have a look at the Toyota world, as early as 2016, they established their membership system. And in that system, they have realized the metaverse on the application level. So what's that? So many things we are talking about is irrelevant to the reality. So the things you created only existed in your metaverse. You cannot be represented in the real life. But with the Toyota's virtual community, what they realize is in the community, in the party union, you can for example, you can vote on the Toyota's headlights, the furnishes, or the interior designs of the Toyota product that's going to be launched. So that's the interaction between the virtual world and the real world. 3 months ago, Toyota had mentioned that they want to create a fabric city. So that's the digital twin of the Toyota. So on top of the Toyota world. So that's a very good case. So I welcome you to learn more about the Toyota world and the things they are doing. So how can we combine the real and the virtual? They are doing very good. Thank you.